Welcome everyone to today's messages from our pets. This one's going to be dedicated to the pupperoos out there, the dogs. I don't usually get dogs as a breed when I do general readings where there's multiple different species that kind of come out in the reading, like a previous video I uploaded. Mostly because dogs are very chatty, very excited. Every time I sit down to do a reading with the dogs and the pups, I almost feel like I'm walking into a very popular like park or like a daycare, animal shelter kind of vibe where they're just all so excited to kind of see you and excited for this opportunity to, talk to you a little bit more directly than they already do, as well as any of our beloved pets that may have crossed over. Some of those souls may come through in this reading. So this is going to be dedicated to dogs. So I'm going to shuffle up. We're just going to use cards. We'll see kind of how the cards fall, if they fall in kind of various different groups, or if the dogs today that are coming through all have the same kind of message. So I'll just kind of mix them up and see how we go here. I'm a dog owner currently. I've always had pets growing up, and I don't know about yours, but mine's been kind of restless the last, 48 to 72 hours with me. I'm getting different kind of levels of attitude and unexpected kind of attitude from him. Usually a quiet demeanor is now a fussy demeanor, so that kind of stuff. So I don't know if you're kind of experiencing the same thing in your household with your dogs, but maybe that's why I was encouraged to do the reading today. Maybe they're restless with, maybe we're just not getting it. Maybe they're giving us looks and nudges and different changes to their behavior to indicate and tell us something, and we're just not getting it. All right, so we'll see here how the cards want to come out. We've got kind of a bunch here poking. Stay together. And with these ones, definitely feel like I just want the three. These other two aren't. Yeah, maybe just calmness here. Okay. Let's see where we're going to go with the groups here. kind of front and center down here. They're kind of being talkative here. So let's get into it. See what kind of demeanor these dogs are. Maybe some breeds. Suggestions will kind of be felt. Angle them a bit more to the camera. Oop. Um, you know, excited to see you every second. You walk into the room and, boundless excitement and happiness as puppies like to show, or happiness that you're home, happiness when they're outside playing, again, with the leash, maybe chasing them. They like the game of, kind of getting away from you and having you kind of chase them around the park or down the street a little bit. Yeah, a lot of play here, or maybe even you chasing them to get it away, like a shoe, right? They're still kind of in that. I know the lesson, but of course I'm going to be a bit mischievous here. And we see that same kind of keep away demeanor here. Kind of standing on his plushy toy here, right? You've thrown it. He's kind of winning the bit of the tug of war, like encouraging you to come closer. That's how my dog likes to play. He grabs his plushie, kind of drops it, encourages me to kind of get close, try to grab it, and then he grabs it, right, last minute, runs away. So sort of this keep away aspect to their style of play, their preferred style of play. In terms of sort of breed, I am seeing more of the medium-sized dogs here. Those that are maybe knee height on you to kind of waist high. Maybe like some sleek Labradors here, some short hairs, breeds. Maybe of some Greyhounds, Dalmatians. I guess those are kind of medium to larger sized dogs here. But there's a leanness here to your dog's breed. You can really see the beautiful shape to their form, and same with their type of tail here as well. So this is very, a soft, short-haired dog here, and probably predominantly a solid single color as well. If it does have touches of color, it'll be very subtle. My Chihuahua is kind of like a marble, so just on his head he has a little bit of gray and white, little soft, subtle areas on his body. You might see a little bit of gray and white, but predominantly he's his black. So I'm kind of seeing the similarity here in your dog. Also, in the breed here, in this grouping, this playful grouping, I am seeing some of the longer hairs, but see how it's kind of like has a nice little kind of design to it, right? His mane, his hoofs, his tail's fluffy. There's focus here on some his horns, but for your dog, maybe you have bow ties in order to hold the longer hair back. The style of grooming, the body is shaved, but purposely little tufts of hair left very stylistically on your dog. But again, it's still a fairly, medium to large size animal here. So, maybe in the summer months, you have fun with how you groom and shave your golden retriever, maybe a Australian Shepherd, a Husky, kind of getting that kind of energetic style of breed here in the longer haired group. So short hair, longer hair, but the shared personality. So, they've talked about, who they are. So let's see what messages they have for their parents. What aren't we getting these last few days, or the last couple weeks? What's been irking them? We're just not getting it. So I keep staring over here at the plush toy play over here, and kind of looking at the sticks and the toys that they're disregarding. And I feel like there's either a request here of maybe they have only one plushie and they'd like some more, or they want you to replace the other one. So they currently have a favorite one, that's for sure, like do not touch this one, but hey, these other 7 here, time to change it up. Like, why haven't you, where's the new toys? It almost feels like, maybe some of these toys, or maybe all the toys he's had since puppyhood, since you've had him at 6 months or 8 months, and maybe you recently gave them a new toy, so they're like, okay, yeah, so where's all these other new toys then? So there's definitely a request here for an uptick in the amount of toys in their toy chest here that they have available to them to play with. The variety. I'm going to come back to the middle. I think that's kind of a message, but also kind of ending on a message of love as well. So I'm really zooming in here on the emphasis on the joints. So we have the sort of the back knee here, not so much the hip, but knee. Again here, even the way the hoofs are curved here, sort of knee area. So maybe, just casually, I just do like, I play with him, just take his paws and kind of go like, right? Like see if his joints are all okay, see if his ears go back, see if his eyes change, give me any cue that maybe I need to pop on over to our vet and get a more thorough check. But there's some kind of call here, interesting at a sort of a 3 to 6 year old stage about knees. I don't know if he's stumbling, maybe going up and down stairs. You know how it takes a while for dogs to kind of learn the concept, or just from running too fast, being too excited. So if you have a home with stairs, maybe find a routine where he's in a better location to greet you, so he's not kind of flying downstairs or banging his knees and legs on steps or into corners of walls, into cupboard doors, into the front door. But it feels like there's some puppy bobos here on the sort of leg joints here that this group's kind of drawing attention to. But I think it's just from natural excitement, like going too fast, right? Slipping and sliding. In my home, I make sure there's a lot of just like runners, area rugs or runners to give him more traction, or like carpeted stairs, wooden stairs, just making sure they're not too slippery for everyone. But there is some slipping, sliding here. I know some dogs also in parks, they like to go down the children's slides. So maybe just be mindful. See if your dog is, while he is playing or running around excited, is he slamming into things too much? Sometimes it's part of the personality, so we kind of laugh along, but definitely there's some slight pain here. Maybe you just need to focus petting and massaging in that area. So maybe it's more of like bruising that's happening here. The other context I got as soon as I said bruising is just growing pains. So if you have a medium-sized dog, that their final growth state is a larger dog. So if they're currently at your knee, but they're going to be at your hip by the time they're fully grown, this can just be an alert to you that they're just going through some growing pains, right, with their bones. So again, maybe focus some of your petting and kisses and rubs, gentle rubs, in their leg areas as they're stretching and getting longer. So coming to sort of their last message here, so we got, more toys, more new toys, more fresh toys, different variety of toys. I like the gifts, I like the presents, and some soreness in the legs right now, either bruising or I'm going through a growth state. So, focus on petting down, more petting, please, in these areas. And then we have out here the walking. So the year-round, seasonal, outdoor, going out and play. Just a reinforcement message to you there that they absolutely love it. So these are, outdoor dogs for sure. Or the indoor dogs, they enjoy being out there with you. The time that you're spending together. I'm focusing in on the eyeball here. They know that this is your time together. This is family time. This is probably dedicated time. Maybe this is the only time where you and your pet are solo. If you're living in a multi-person, multi-pet household, if you have cats or birds or even other dogs, but maybe not all dogs walk at the same time or together. So they're very appreciative of you actually making a point of there's time for us. But it seems to be the outdoor, either routine of walking or trails or parks. And there's a longevity here. The stone kind of texture, but I was really looking at the white mane here, almost like a beard, or the beautiful white kind of fur and coat that we see in our pups. So a little nod and hint here to sort of the looking forward to the longevity, the rest of their lifetime together with you. They picked, soul-wise, soul to soul, they picked you, you picked them. They're in their happy place here. This is their family. So a nice little message of love there to tend off with. So we got some health, some fun, crazy puppy personality, those early years. And I'm not surprised that they, want more toys and want more presents here. Okay. I think I'm going across here. Yeah, I think I'm heading up into this corner here. Okay, well, here comes my spirit guide. So I'm going to tell you right now, this is him bringing forward the dogs, the souls of our pups, our dogs that were with us at one point in time. So we're going to get some messages of love from the other side that my spirit guide here is bringing forward. Okay, so I think these ones are coming forward because there's the connective tissue here of the bones, the joints, from the first puppy group here about talking about the, either bruising or going through growing pains here. Their joints are hurting. So this is a group of pups that would have been known for, arthritis. Those old dogs that, slow down when they're walking. It hurts too much when they're walking. And you just kind of see it, right? You can just see the oldness, the age in them at that point and stage in their life. But yes, this is 100% dedicated to just that group. I'm really not picking up anything else from the dogs other than the emphasis here on, in order for you to know this is my dog, all you need to know is the arthritis, the slowing down of their movement, their ability to move, get up and walk, get up and run, get up and down stairs. So later in the year, you may have had to kind of carry them around a little bit, or, they spent a lot of time sleeping. They're also drawing me here to the teeth, or I guess the pincers, the fangs, and loss of teeth. So your pup, in addition to, just arthritic joints, they may have been the pup that lost enough teeth that their tongue, their tongue hangs out a little bit stuck out a little bit from their mouth. So they're coming through today. So this is, this is your puppy here coming through, your beloved dog. So, they're just raining through this beautiful rainbow shower of hearts, just showering love on you, really. And just reinforcement as well. Like if you ever questioned, how they're doing in dog heaven, which is the same place where all souls go. They're reinforcing for you here that it's, it's the kind of world you can only dream of, right? It's the pot of gold here at the end of the rainbow. It's everything they could have dreamed of and more, with the connection here to the clouds, right? I also feel like for all of you, as pet parents, you might actually see them in the clouds. Clouds take form, and we can see what we want to see, or we get the impression of what we're seeing. So if at any point you're looking up at the sky, whether it's a night sky or the daytime sky, I feel like you're gonna see sort of your pup. You'll get the impression that your pup's looking down at you through the clouds here. I'm just trying to get the message here at the bottom. They're drawing my attention down to the little, lucky clovers down here. They kind of look like treats, right? I feel like they're gonna, shower some treats down on you. It's almost like they're saying you're such a good parent. Usually if we see a penny, or coins of any kind, randomly or out of the blue, it's like pennies from heaven. I feel like this is treats from heaven. So you might be walking about your home, and you might like step on something, and you're like, how the heck did this get here? Like a little alley, maybe something that naturally makes you think of them. Maybe one of their toys just kind of rolls out and you happen to stumble upon it or come across it. But I feel like these are going to be places that it's not like coming to you. It's like you walking into a room and it's like, oh, it's there. Like, how did this happen? Well, they brought it to you. They're coming by. So I feel like this is just kind of short and sweet. Just coming through with some help here from my spirit guide to just let you know, nothing but love for you guys from this group here, and they're doing okay. No pain, lots of movement, and they're going to prove it to you by leaving you these little treats for being such a great parent. So I was just checking to see if I could trick and go up here, but that pile's definitely for last. So, the introverts, the shy ones, the patient ones, keep reinforcing that they're patient. So we're definitely heading on down here. Yeah, okay. Okay, let's see what kind of collective message, personality that they share. So I feel like these are our small dogs. And I'm saying that because each card I'm being drawn to something inside something. So they're showing me the heart inside this tiny little carrier. When I look at the white flame here, I'm seeing those beautiful little, cockapoos and shih tzus, and, like the little white fluffy dogs, long-haired. What are they? Dash hounds, very tiny but long and sleek, maybe to their body, kind of petite. And even here, sort of how the hearts are following into the bags. How these smaller pups can be carried around or prefer to be, tucking themselves into your hoodie pocket, jumping into your purse, or you have to carry them around. For my Chihuahua, we have a special little box carrier in the car so he can be higher up and secure and stuff. So this is our little petite special pup. So I might be in this group with you guys figuring out why he's been perturbed with me lately. And as I say that, I'm drawn into the look on our elk's face here, on our reindeer's face here. And I swear to you, that's the side eye kind of, I ain't so happy with you in this moment look that he's been giving me that I can't figure out where it's coming from. Okay. So I don't know if the rest of you out there also have had a recent change in your schedule. I'm not taken away from home for a significant long period of time, but I'm definitely been leaving home for a period of time more often. So our time together is a little bit less. So the routine's been shaked up a little bit, but I get this feeling of like ghosting. Like I thought we had plans today. We usually play fetch at this point, but you're not here. You've ghosted me here. And same with the lantern, them turning on the porch light at night and kind of looking for you like, wait a second, it's nighttime. You're still not home. Where are you? So you've ghosted me. You're coming home later because the light's on. So I'm not happy with you here. And even here we have the night sky again, right? So there's definitely a sense of coming home later or just a shift in the schedule and the amount of time and availability you have for them right now, or you seem to be sharing them. Because I feel like the love is still flowing in, but right, like the amount of love, amount of attention. It's not like when you walk in the door, you're just like, hi, and you don't, get down on the knees and allow yourself to be smothered in kisses. Like, you're still doing all that. You're still going for walks. You're still having playtime. You're still eating. But they just feel like that's happening later. Like I said, maybe you woke up, had breakfast, and left the house, and usually you have an hour of playtime and then you leave the house. So they feel left out here. And I kind of get that sense as well through the Santa bag here of, remember this, remember that. And you're replying like, yes, and I'm still doing that. And they're just not seeing it. A lot of red in this card, right? So that saying of like seeing red. So I'm not going to tell you to readjust, because I'm not readjusting my schedule either. But, maybe I'll just have a bit more conversations. I'm sure I know your dog is as intelligent as mine, and they thoroughly understand the English language, or your language. I absolutely believe it. Whatever language you spoke to them since puppyhood, they know the words. They know what you're saying. They know the energy. So, maybe have a moment of apology. When you come home and you kiss and hug, instead of saying, hi, buddy, just, I'm sorry. I know I'm late. I still love you so much. So deliver the same message, but with a bit of, maybe empathy that I guess they need to eat up right now. They want to soak in some extra love right now. So some jealousy going on here for sure. I mean, maybe your schedule is changed up because, maybe a new partner has been introduced. Maybe you're dating, maybe a child has joined your family. But there's not a strong sense of jealousy here. It's just that little bit of, I'm a little ticked off with you right now. I still love you, not happy with you. So I'm going to make you work a little harder for me to come over and cuddle when you say, come cuddle. They might just kind of look over the shoulder at you and then look away, and then, make you call them 2 or 3 times and get more and more lovey and cutesy with your voice, or maybe more soft and more welcoming. So they're making you work for it here, kind of calling back to the holiday card that they chose, sort of the naughty list, the good girl, good boy list, and then the naughty list. So I feel like right now as pet parents, because I'm in this group, so right now I'm on the naughty list, and my little chihuahua here, Paco, is making me work to get back on his good side, on his good list. So I'm gonna have to put a little effort into here for these little pups, these little dogs. I'm just trying to see if I can describe your dog a little bit more here. Yeah, these are definitely a little dog that is more loving than not. So if you have a little dog that is kind of temperamental, you don't know if they're gonna maybe nip at you or maybe they're the leave me alone type. I don't think they're going to be in this group. That I don't think this is their message. They're not feeling left out. This is definitely the more of the separation anxiety type of small dog personality. Like, where have you been? But for some reason that side of them right now is heightened, and it is just, like I said, it's just from a small change in schedule. So just a little less time for them, and yet they're freaking out. It's a small scale for us, huge scale for these little puppies. Okay, I'm gonna see if group 4 here is ready. And when I do that, I'm just going to see if there's any, maybe health or, like some of the other dogs here, more messages other than pay more attention to me. And I'm going to make you work for my love, work for my attention a little bit. I'm not going to come the first time. I'm not going to cuddle with you or hug you the first time. If anything, I'm really being drawn to head and chest here, as like areas to focus petting. So kind of like head massage, chest massage, shoulder area. So really focusing in on this area for them in terms of if you want to make it up to them, this is where you should focus your pet massages and your loving kisses, placing them on the top of their heads, on their cheeks. There's not really any kind of emphasis here on the back half of their body. I'm not seeing anything nutrition wise either. It's really just emotional. they're in an emotional space here, even the blue here of the flame. So maybe they're just a bit of a head case, right? They're up in there. They're having a mental health moment that we're gonna have to support them through because they feel like we triggered it on them. Okay. So we're gonna go up to our last group now, leaving sort of our small pups here. Oh, I grabbed the cards, the deck of cards. That's interesting. I'll see if I'm drawn to do that again. Here, I'll switch. Okay. Completely different design aesthetic and feel to the cards they pulled out of the decks compared to the other ones. This is a lot more going on in these scenes, a lot more graphical, a lot more storybook telling. So I don't want to get too hung up on this more sort of faithful looking depiction in terms of animals that cross, because we definitely already had them brought forward with my spirit guide. But I feel like these are animals that maybe your household has a strong belief. You practice traditions. You're a very traditional, family tradition kind of focused household. And your dog fits into these traditions. So when I'm saying family traditions, like every Sunday we go to grandma's house and the dog comes with you. You're into the celebrating of your nation's birthday and they're part of the barbecue. Every summer you go away to camp for a month and they go to camp with you. So they're very much integrated into these traditions that your family partakes in. If you have weddings, the dog is integrated into the ceremony, walking down the aisle. Maybe that's something you're planning now. Maybe that's why this group is coming out. Maybe you have a union where they're, again, like I said, they're going to be in their puppy tux, puppy dress, and part of the ceremony here. I feel like maybe it's because you're planning the next family traditional event here, family reunion, packing up for the cottage, whatnot. But there's an alert here to them being very super aware of the home being somewhat chaotic right now. A lot of in and out of the door, a lot of maybe people coming and going. Maybe you have a lot of visitors showing up. If you're setting up a party, you're gonna have vendors coming and going. So like, who are all these new people? What are all these new things? They're watchful. They're watching everything that's going on, but there's a sense of there's too much going on in my space. This is my family, so who's all the external? Maybe you're having a lot of visitors. Maybe you're the hosting household. So you have a lot of relatives coming and going, coming by, staying with you right now or in this period, or like I said, there's just been a lot of commotion. Like maybe all of your schedules have been busier and there's a lot of coming and going, shift work. changes, maybe with school, your children are running around in and out from school to part-time jobs to wherever. Maybe they're having friends over. So there's just definitely a displeasure with both how much is going on in the home, and again, the number of people. I'm really being drawn to sort of these roots. I kind of feel like, this is their experience. Like, this person came and went, and then this person came and went, and this person came and did this, and then they went, and then this person came and went, and then here you are leaving, and when are you coming home? But it's all connected back to these traditions here. So like I said, if you are planning a wedding, a family getaway, maybe it's a big event, a big milestone. So a lot of work goes into it in terms of a home renovation and prep for something. Maybe you're hosting a bar mitzvah kind of huge milestone birthday or anniversary celebration as well. But there's some commotion here happening in the home. Yeah, and your dog here is is feeling exhausted. It's not like they're running around following everybody, but again, with the eyes, even just laying in a spot and watching means I'm not having my nap today. I'm not going to my food dish. My routine is shifted a bit here because now I'm more on guard. I'm constantly in bodyguard mode. See how he's wrapped around you here, and he's calling for balance. He wants to go back to the more peaceful environment in your household, and looking forward to that, because there's definitely this sense of, if he could lay down on the side just like this, and just fall asleep, just pass out, right? That's all he wants to do. He just wants to curl up in the bed with you, spoon you, and get back to the way things were without all these extra people and extra things in the household here. So where's the sense of balance? Like, see how the hieroglyphics here are behind? Like, let's put all this behind us, and let's go back to this better balance here, the way things were. Maybe temperamentally, maybe you've been a little bit more high strung, maybe a little bit more moody than usual, and you're usually a very peaceful, calm, cool, collected demeanor, and they're noticing that because it's keeping them awake. Again, I'm getting this strong sense of their routine of napping and not having to constantly be on watch is really shooken up here. In terms of breed, I'll tell you right now, it's every and other. So it's irregardless of dog breed. You can see it here: short hair, long hair, spotted, solid coats, the way they're shaded, the way they're not, small, big. It's pretty much not. Don't focus too much on what kind of dog I am. It's the environment right now that's telling you this is my dog. If your life feels like this, a lot of commotion, a lot of comings and goings, and it's usually a very calm, peaceful environment, this pal's for you. So probably why they were more calm and quiet and patient, because they've kind of been doing that, right? They've just been sitting back and watching. So you might think that they're okay, and like, wow, your dog is so calm. He's, people are coming in, and like, people might be commenting like, so many people are coming and going, and they're just sitting in their corner or in the windowsill, and they seem okay, but they're not. They're on neighborhood watch here, as you can see, right? So they're quietly expelling a lot of energy. So I don't know, maybe go over, if this is resonating with you, just go over to your dog if he's or she is sitting or laying somewhere and they look quiet. Just go over and kind of touch them, see how they react to you, see if they look past you, to kind of alert you to, look at everything that's happening around you. Like, I'm glad you're over here petting me, and yeah, I'm okay, I'm kind of fine, but maybe their eyes dart to the window and look out the window at everything happening outside, or the eyes dart to the kitchen. It's the sign to you, the symbol will be in their eyes. They're going to tell you through their eyes that this is going on. And like I said, they're just seeking balance. They want the household to go back to the way things were, go back to our regular traditions here. I mean, maybe you introduced a puppy, because it is beside our puppy deck here. So maybe this is a dog that's been in your household for a while. You introduce this puppy that's running around this way and that, and everybody's coming over to visit and see the puppy, and the dog's like, what? The other dog is like, he's fine to be here, but like, what? So sort of that scenario can also resonate with you as well. So some interesting messages here from our dogs, different groups. Like I said, we have our small dogs. We have the ones that have crossed over with who had arthritis on this side. We have our kind of younger, youthful pups here, sort of 3 to 6 years old, really high energy and play. And then we have our other more sort of naturally quiet, more quiet demeanor dogs that are just watching all the chaos and kind of disturbances in their environment happening right now. So hopefully you were able to see your dog in this reading. If not, they'll come forward in the next reading, and when you need to hear from them. See if how you approach them, touch them after seeing this video. If you see their any kind of shift in their personality, any kind of acknowledgement that they realize that now I know, pet parent has received the message. So thank you for joining, and I'll see you all in the next pet reading.